In this video on Christmas Eve, so I wish you all a Merry Christmas and the best for 2022. So what I'm going to do in this video is show you how I find high quality setups with CAN-SLIM characteristics. So I'm looking for those companies with massive earnings, massive sales, fund ownership accelerating, all of those things that you would have learned in William O'Neill's book, How to Make Money in Stocks. I'm also going to give you 3 stocks that I am watching very, very closely. One of them actually broke out yesterday and you would have found it screening for it how I'm about to show you. So MarketSmith are the sponsor of this video. There's a $20 trial available in the description if you are interested. And with all of that being said, let me get into showing you how I find the next big winners. So we've got MarketSmith loaded up here, and I've actually got DocuSign because what I want to teach you first is something very important, which is called relative strength. So I'm always looking for what are the strongest stocks within the market, especially as the market is pulling back as it has been for growth orientated stocks in the last 4 or 5 weeks. It's very important to focus on the relative strength. They're those basketballs being held underneath water, and when the market pressure releases, those basketballs are going to pop back up above the surface. So this is DocuSign here during the COVID lows, okay, March 2020 when the market was crashing. This is DocuSign chart, and the relative strength, which is this blue line, it's a little bit hidden, was actually moving up here, and it was making a series of 52-week highs, and the relative strength on this stock was in the high 90s. Now this is all going to make sense a little bit later on in the video, but why it's important to really focus on the leading stocks in the market is because as soon as the weight of the market turn, this stock here runs from around $100 and then peaks out there at around $300, and it pretty much does it in a straight line. This is the weekly chart here, extremely strong. Now many of you watching this will be familiar with Zoom. So if you take a look at Zoom, it was a beneficiary, if there was a beneficiary of the COVID crash. But you can see here, this is the relative strength line. It's a little bit hidden, but the relative strength line is doing this. This is that date in March there. So as the market actually bottoms in March 2020 and April 2020, you can see that Zoom is already in all-time high territory. And then what does it do? It runs up from around $180 to over $500, and it really powers up here. So focusing on that relative strength is very key. Those of you who have studied O'Neill's work, Minervini's work, Darvis's work will know they really focus on relative strength. Livermore back in the day as well, focusing on those leading stocks. So let me get into showing you how I go about finding those leading stocks, how I then filter them and identify them, and I'm going to show you 3 that I'm keeping a very close eye on, which is AOSL, PI, and also SRTS, which actually broke out through a low pivot point. I'll show you that in a little while on the daily chart for the kind of setups you then want to be looking for. So this here is my market leaders. Okay, my market leaders watch list. Now this is fill up of a lot of high quality stocks that I get from various screens. So what I like to do is combine different screens and create kind of master lists, if you like, and then sort those master lists. So what is actually going into my market leaders screen? Well, what I'm doing is the pre-built MarketSmith watch list, or screens if you like. They are the MarketSmith Growth 250, the IBD 50, the IBD New America Index. I like this one. So this is kind of new and innovative companies, so I'm putting those in there. You've got the Big Cap 20, the top rated stocks, top rated IPOs. What I also like is the top 150 relative strength stocks, so that is the highest ranked relative strength stocks in the market. I also do that for the earnings per share as well, the top 150. This is all going into it. The fastest growing companies are in there. Then I've got my Minervini, well, not my Minervini, the Minervini 1 month trend template. This is trying to catch those stocks which are potentially turning and setting up. Minervini will call them power plays and or high tight flags. So I'm trying to catch those. And then what I'm also doing in my market leaders screen is I like looking for what are the stocks which the high quality growth funds own. So how do we go about doing that? So for instance, if I load up this one in here, so this here you can kind of copy, you can kind of then copy this if you like. These here you may have heard in some of the kind of IBD podcasts or stuff like that, some Investors Business Daily podcast. They talk about those higher quality growth funds. These are the 20 higher quality growth funds other than this one here. You can ignore this one, which is 0MUTI. That's kind of the actual mutual fund index, but the other 20 that you see in here, they are those higher quality funds. So let's say we want to know what are the stocks those higher quality growth funds own. These are all then going into my market leaders. You can see I've got the Minervini trend template there. I've got my high type flag one, my IBD compiled, but the market leaders one is the one I'm really focused on. So let's say we want to go in and we want to know what is Algar small cap growth, because we're interested in some smaller cap growth orientated stocks. Okay, which potentially have those can slim characteristics, big earnings, big sales coming through, so on and so forth. So what we can do is we can load that up. We can click holdings over here. Then I'm going to go show all holdings. So now if I pull this one up like this, I can now see the 101 holdings within this higher quality fund. Now this fund has a track record of being very good. The manager will be very good as well. So it has a long-term track record. So we can see all of the stocks which they own in here, which then all of these stocks go into my market leaders, and then I'm filtering them as well. So let's say, let me just see if I can find a interesting one. Or let me just go from the top. Let's sort this in terms of relative strength, and let me see if I can find you guys a interesting one. So then I can click on these and you guys can go through this. Let's put this on, say, the daily time frame. I like to then click owners and funds. So if you then look here, this is something else that I'm looking for, okay, as a kind of little bonus for you. This here is the fund ownership. So we can see the fund ownership from December 19, it was 30 funds, to September 2021. It's now gone up to 265 funds, and we have successive accelerations in terms of the fund ownerships, and here are the higher quality funds which own it. So we can see the Algar small cap growth, but we also have two other high quality funds in there. If you then take a look at the consistency of the earnings in the last 4 quarters, 104, 133, 325, 77, sales look good. The margins, so the return on equity first and foremost is accelerating from 42% to 53%. We could look at the after tax margins as well. So are the margins accelerating? 53, 44, 50, 50. So the margins are kind of flat. So the RS here is currently 98. Now this one here is a little bit lower in the base. I'd be more interested trying to buy it a little bit kind of higher up, as it's breaking out of some of these pivot points here. It may set up kind of a low pivot if the stock can do something kind of like this, get nice and tight in there, create a pivot point. Then I may look to target it there. There was kind of a little base breakout there, which then turned around. But these are then the kind of stocks that I'm looking for. So if I go back to my market leader screen, I'll show you a couple of stocks that I'm looking at in a second. Now, what I like to do is, instead of use the relative strength number, I actually like to use the 3-month relative strength. Now, the reason I like to do that is I've just found it's a little bit more efficient to try and capture the emerging strength. So the stocks that are turning up quickly, potentially displaying a lot of strength, and then developing the pivot point where I want to buy it from. I find it's better and a better use of my time to filter it from the highest 3-month relative strength, working my way down. You could also do it percentage off of 52-week high as well, as a fairly good way, but RS 3-month starting from 99 and then working my way down. Okay, that is the way that I like to do it. Now you'll see that I've got some other things up here in terms of metrics that I'm looking for. So I've got the industry group rank, the industry group name. So semiconductors look very strong at the minute. The up down volume ratio, that's basically taking a ratio of the volume on up days versus the volume on down days for the last 50 days. Anything above 2 is very good, and showing you there's more likely to be accumulation going on. If I just pull this over, I've got your usual metrics as well that you would expect with MarketSmith. So the earnings per share rating, relative strength rating, group RS, SMR rating, accumulation distribution rating. The comp rating is also important. I'd recommend you use this. This is where MarketSmith compiles all of the data it has for a stock and gives it a ranking from 1 to 99. Preferably you want to be looking at stocks which have a comp rating of 90 and greater. Your margins over here, your return on equity, and then also some metrics for the earnings per share change and the sales change for the most recent quarters and several quarters. And then some of your more kind of usual fundamental metrics in terms of the beta, the PE, the price to book. The management ownership percentage is fairly important as well. Preferably you'd like your management to be aligned with you, which would be share price appreciation. So you can see the management ownership in terms of some of the ones that I'm going to show you with Alpha and Omega Semiconductor. The management own 20% of the float. PI management, I'm going to show you this one. Management own 1/4, they own 25%, and SRTS management own 24%. So I like it when the management own a decent chunk. Now, the smaller the market cap of the company, generally the bigger the management percentage is going to be. If it's kind of an Amazon or an Apple or a Netflix, for example, or even say like like a Tesla, the management ownership is going to be less than, say, a smaller and mid cap stock. So let me now go into kind of showing you. So all I basically do, let me just show you how to then do this once. So all you need to do, okay, click on your MarketSmith Growth 250 like this, click on the top one, and then just pull this down in here, just like this, hold shift, left click, and then just drag and drop this in. So just like this, I put this in my market leaders. Now, no stocks are going to be added because I've already added them in there, but that is how I'm doing it. If you then want to add these columns that I've got up at the top here, okay, all you need to do, click in here, click on customize column layout, and then you can play around, you can add them, you can also move where they are as well. Like I said, I like 3-month RS, that's what I'm focused on most. And then to filter that, say if you wanted to go, no, actually I want to filter it off the 52-week high, you just click on this one. You could filter it from the low or the high first. So this is then percentage off high. You could filter it by the group rank as well. So I don't know any software, you wouldn't want to look at 197 first, you'd want to look at the number one industry group. So you can see here we've got semiconductors number one, transportation, trucking, telecom, fiber optics, okay, so on and so forth. Then we're going into our auto manufacturers, computer network, okay, so you can see the stocks that are in those highest industry groups as well. But as I said, I like doing 3-month RS. Sorting by industry group rank is fairly good as well. So 3-month RS, percentage of 52-week high, industry group rank would be the 3 that I'd be focusing on to make it more efficient, so you can identify some of those leaders. So let me show you one of the stocks that actually broke out yesterday, which is SRTS, which has a 3-month RS of 99. And what we're going to do is, yeah, we can keep it like that. We've got our daily chart loaded up. So this is medical systems and equipment. Fund ownership has generally been flat, relatively low float. So there's 17 million shares, management owned 24% of that. And you guys will see here, this is actually really run up here. We're setting up in the context of a high type flag. We were talking about this one on PTC. Nicole actually found this one. So it broke out of a little low pivot down here. Do you see how you basically get this nice little Darvis box before the stock runs, and how volume trends down there? Now the stock goes up from $4 to $8, so it's in the context of a high type flag. And the day before this final day, okay, it actually had an inside day, and you see how the volume dried up on this day in here as well. Volume dries up inside day, creating a low pivot. Then the stock goes up 13.62%. So it was in the context of a developing high type flag, a lower pivot within the base. These are the ones you really want to be focusing on because they can make big moves. The stock which goes up 100% in a short period of time, okay, especially when it breaks out from this nice kind of VCP Darvis box action in here. These are the ones you really want to be focusing on. And how are you going to spot these stocks? You're going to spot them by focusing on relative strength. That is the most efficient way to be doing it. So let me show you 2 others. So this is going to be Alpha and Omega Semiconductors. So this is the number 1 industry group. I'm going to go on a tangent here. Something else that I like to do before we look at this chart. Okay, if you click on this, you can actually see the industry group rank, and this is more of kind of a Weinstein point with stage analysis, but looking for emerging strength in the industry group. So what I like to do here is we can see this industry group here, so semiconductor fabs, is now ranked number 1. It was ranked number 1 a month ago. 3 months ago, it was ranked number 4. And 6 months ago, it was ranked 79. So we've gone from 79 6 months ago to the number 1 ranking now. That there is a massive sign of strength, and there's going to be very strong stocks within that industry group. If we look down here, transportation, trucking, 6 months ago, we were ranked 105. 3 months ago, we were ranked 59. And now we're the second highest ranked industry group. Take a look here at telecom, fiber optics. You can see that we've gone from 122 6 months ago, 154 3 months ago, to now the 3rd highest ranked industry group. So if you then wanted to dive into these, okay, and let's say we then click on this one in here, this is going to load up the chart of the actual industry group, and then we could look at the top relative strengths plus earnings per share stocks. So we can see these are the top 5 stocks there. These are the ones which are closest to their 52-week high as well. So then what I like doing, you can also pull this up here so you can see it a little bit more. What I like doing, okay, let me go top stocks. I like then looking at these individual stocks in those emergingly strong industry groups, because if the industry group has got emergingly strong, you're going to have strong, very strong stocks in there. So let me show you, I think you pronounce this one Sienna. So this one here also looks very strong indeed. So this is one in that telecom fiber optics. Okay, 3rd ranked industry group. Now there was a really positive reaction to the earnings. You see this getting out on the earnings. There was kind of a pivot that formed in here as well. Good volume on the earnings. Earnings up 42%, sales up 26%, margins accelerating as well. We go into the ownership. Fund ownership has been, now this is where you can then start diving into it a little bit more. The fund ownership hasn't been accelerating. There isn't a higher quality fund, so we're missing some of the key things that I would be looking for there. But this stock is strong, so I wouldn't be buying it and chasing it up here. I'd like to see a pullback, the share price tighten up, something like that, develop a pivot point, and then see if we can break out and trade through this level. So it's one that I would have on my radar. So let me go back into showing you, okay, the ones that I was looking at. So let's pull this back up here. So Alpha and Omega Semiconductors. Okay, like this, we've got the daily chart loaded up, and you can see the strength of the stock. There's a nice low pivot as the stock breaks out from here, so that's around $33, going up to a high there of around $56. We've got, if you take a look at the earnings here, the earnings are great. Okay, you got 183, 600, 228, 93. Sales look good as well. Margins look good too. Let me put the ROE on as well. So our ROE is around 26.9%. So the best performing stocks, the real kind of leader stocks, if you go back and look at history, you generally want the return on equity to be above 17%. That's what O'Neill found out in his studies as well. So look at here, you can see the fund ownership is now accelerating. Management own 20%, so 1/5 of 26 million shares. We'd preferably like a higher quality fund in there. This stock is strong. RS, okay, 99, 3-month RS 99 as well, so it couldn't be any higher. And then look at this here, potentially developing a pivot point. If we could get a little kind of contraction and price get nice and tight in there, this is what I'm looking at. Estimates for 2022, breakout year in terms of the earnings per share year over year, breaking out from kind of $1 to $2.93 to then $4, so up 41%. Comp rating 99, earnings per share rating 98, group RS rating A+. These are the real stocks that I want to be focusing on. Let me show you another semiconductor related stock to wrap up the video. Now this one doesn't have the consistency of the earnings coming through, but the sales are starting to pop up here, 79%, 60% in the most recent quarters. RS 98, a 3-month RS 99, very strong looking stock. If it can just build a pivot point here and kind of tighten up, so I would just want to see it tighten up, something like this, maybe pull into like the 10 and 21 EMA or something like that, and then break out. 2022 estimates are up 250% with a comp rating of 94. So that is it, guys. Hopefully that is explaining a little bit more how I go about screening, how I find those leading stocks in the market, the ones which can make the biggest move with the big earnings, the big sales, preferably all there. If you're interested in a trial of MarketSmith for around $20, there is a link down below. I hope you all have a fantastic Christmas, a prosperous 2022, and as always, I look forward to seeing you in a future video.